just a group of people getting together and talking about what were some of the things that were needed that they felt were not being provided through PIMC. And so then we, started talking and have dialogue with a bunch of people. And at that time, they were having these men that were brought in as community organizers, and they, you know, uh, would go to the meetings and kind of help organize the community for them to know what to do and how to go about getting funding, and what paths to go to get some of these things done that we were concerned about. They just kept going along, kept talking, and helping us understand, the things that we had to, in order to have some better understanding of what the organization could be, or that there could be an organization. And so they said that there was funding available. They would have to find out where the funding was, but there was, they said, some funding through the Indian Hospital, Phoenix Indian Medical Center, and it was a matter of getting it from them, and so that they would help work to try to get something written up so that maybe we could get funding from there to begin with. If you get people together and get, just like we did Native Health, get people together and start talking about what they want. And I said, I'm sure there's some organization that would probably help, or maybe help get it started. And so that you guys would end up then having a board and having a director, and because there's funding, you can get funding through DES for like child care, and you can get funding through probably the school lunch programs, because that's where we got our monies for the school lunch, for feeding the children. And then there's other sources. There's churches that were willing to give money, and then there's different organizations in different places that you can get money for field trips or whatever, supplies or whatever. And so anyway, I know that that's one of the things also that's needed in the community. And we had to deal with, I had to deal with single parents that were abusing their children, and I had to sit down with them and go over what those children should be meaning to their parents. They couldn't have any children that were more precious to them than their own children, and that they really had to take it seriously and not to be abusing them. And I said, because DES can come and take your children, and then what do you have? And so anyway, it's just stuff like that. And so you can get through to the parents, in that way, where sometimes you can't in any other way. There's alcoholism that I feel is a big problem. And I didn't realize that is a big problem with Indian women. I understood way before that, there was a problem with men, but I think it's more, it's more noticeable to me now that Indian women, and it seems like it's getting worse, not better. You guys need to have people that are going to go out into the field and talk to people, because there's no use in having these programs if no one knows about them. If people don't feel comfortable in going to, your place of business, they've got to be able to feel comfortable enough, or I know somebody there, or I know that I'm going to get some support there, and somebody that's going to really be sound and act supportive. That's one of the most important things, is to be able to get out there and say, hey, I'm from Native Health, and I'd like to share, some information with you. And even, like with our staff meetings, I'd like to have somebody come and talk about these things and say, let's talk about it. And we kind of, on our own, we kind of do that. But I'd like for somebody to come in and talk about what kind of programs you have, and, what you can do for them, and so that they will feel comfortable enough to want to seek you out.